what I don't like what has happened is because they want this to happen so bad, and the developer says, I'm not going to do it by putting parking underground, that I have to go bust the zoning. I have to go taller to get this above ground. No longer underground parking, the whole building now shifts up. But the city can't do that without allowing other people around that area to do the same thing. Otherwise it would be spot zoning. So it's bullying us to change our whole aesthetic downtown.
But the counterbalance to that is 274 new homes, basically a whole new neighborhood being created in our city center. It's adding 1,300 permanent jobs, plus 900 jobs during the construction phase. As soon as phase one is completed, it's adding $600,000 of new city revenue. Currently, the mall complex pays $723,000 a year. So you can see what an increase that is. That's almost doubling the revenue from that property.
Where's that revenue coming from?
From the developer. That's the owner of that land. That's his tax bill at the end of the year.
Is he going to pay that bill?
Oh, it is going to be pre-written. Like the value of the land before this project takes place will be pre-decided, so that will be a guarantee.
Regardless of how profitable the actual property is?
Yeah, just like any taxpayer, anybody who owns a building, whether or not they are profitable or not, makes no difference about whether or not the amount of tax they pay.
The tax increment financing, if you're aware of that method that's being used on this mall, it takes 20 years to pay off this $22.8 million loan. 25% of the taxes will go to the city. 75% for this during those 25 years of tax increment value increase of revenue that comes in. That goes to pay off the loan. Actually, we're seeing, I think, a loss in money to the city for the first 20 years. We have people coming in this zone, we're saying, oh, we only need 25% of your money to pay for our infrastructural services for 20 years. So that's what people say. You and I are footing the bill for people to come in at a discount rate. I would love to see the debate go towards more conversation about schools, the condition of the schools, and our condition of our streets, our public transportation system, our sewage system.
What there isn't capacity for is stormwater runoff. And this project promises to hold, and is by the zoning ordinance, needs to contain all of its stormwater runoff. So that's a pretty large area of land that will not be contributing to that issue.
I debate the issue of property value. I feel like if there's reassessments that are done periodically, if it's not meeting the bill of bringing in tenants, if it starts to look like a ghost building, the value will be assessed lower. So I think that's a given anywhere.
Well, part of the reasons why the shops are failing is because they no longer have the core. Right now, we've lost like Gallagher and Flynn and other businesses in our downtown core. If you talk with merchants, they used to see a blip every weekend, but pretty steady through the week. Now that's changed dramatically. So adding 1,300 employees down in the core center of the business, they're going to walk out and have, aren't they?
People are not new jobs. They're relocating UVM.
Well, they're new jobs to the center.
I said, I would love to see a 250-foot building if half of it were a butterfly garden.
I would think that too.
And people would come down, and let's think creative. People would come down because there may be less skiing on some days that you've already had your vacation secured for.
Yeah.
You go to a botanical mall, you see the butterflies around in the winter, and I might even go in the mall in the winter time.
I wouldn't spend money on it though.